Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Chidera Wani, and the facilitator for this course, Marketing 873, Strategic Marketing Management. The last time we tried to have a live webinar, we had an impediment with internet connection, and so we weren't able to have a good interaction that day. So we thought it wise in the meantime to have these recorded classes or this recorded class to keep you informed of what the content of the course is while we try to sort out the challenges with the internet. Also, in the course of listening to this class, if you have a question, if you have a comment, feel free to send across your questions and comments via mail so that I can attend to them from there in the meantime. In our last class, we attempted to discuss the content of the first study unit, which is understanding marketing. And we explained marketing, first from a layman's perspective, as just buying and selling. And then we moved to scholar's view. We discussed the American Marketing Association definition. We also discussed the definition by Chincotta and Kotabe. And we're able to highlight the key components of that definition that underpins marketing activity. And we also were able to mention that at the heart of every marketing activity is the need to satisfy. This satisfaction goes beyond just satisfying consumers, to satisfy the organization objectives and also societal expectations. We also looked at the functions and significance of marketing, the utility it provides to consumers, the improvement in standard of living as a result of competition and the need to outsmart each other in the marketplace. And then today, we'll be looking at the marketing management philosophies. The marketing management philosophies. Now we'll talk about the marketing management philosophies by looking at the schools of thought that has been prevalent in the business place, by which scholars or proponents believe that if business people abide by, that they will achieve success in business. These schools of thought can be likened to the 7 blind men that were asked to touch an elephant and describe it, and each was describing from his own perspective. It's also good to know that among these blind men, some may have a better description than the others. Similarly, in this philosophy, some are better suited for today's world than the others. The first of these philosophies or concepts is the production concept. The production concept is a philosophy that believes that business will thrive when they produce or when they have products that are available and affordable. So the orientation is that for organizations to achieve product availability and affordability, they needed to make sure that they are engaged in low-cost production, and mass distribution. So it is a belief of the proponents of this school of thought that production efficiency, low cost, and mass distribution is the way to go, so that this will help them to build production volume and also to ensure that products get to the nooks and crannies so as to achieve availability. Some may argue that this may be applicable more in the developing economies, where consumers are more interested in obtaining products irrespective of the features. It's also used in situations where organizations want to expand their market, they want to enlarge their market share, or when the product is new in the marketplace. You can understand and agree with me that most new products come into the market with a low price, all in a bid to gain customer acceptance. And once that is done, you observe the price begins to go up gradually. So this was the thinking at the time, that once production process is made efficient and once distribution is optimal, that the business is good to go. So on this basis, firms we are competing on the basis of production efficiency, which can be achieved by ensuring economies of scale. And they were not thinking about customer satisfaction. So it was about producing what they think at the lowest price possible and ensuring that it was well distributed. That was the idea. However, some other scholars came up with the idea of the product concept. Now, the product concept looked elsewhere, aside cost efficiency and mass distribution. For the product concept proponent, they believe that product quality would make all the difference. This idea aligns with the best mousetrap fallacy concept, where a certain man told himself that once he makes the best mousetrap, the whole world will beat a track to his doorstep. So proponents of product concept believe that products with high performance, high quality, and innovative features will be favored by consumers, irrespective of how costly it is, irrespective of where customers can get it. Once the product is of high quality and performance and has some new features, that consumers will go for it. So it was the assumption then that making superior products and continuous product improvement was the best way to achieve business success. However, these product concepts can lead to what we may call marketing myopia, because it is a short-sighted argument that you just sit down in the comfort of your room, make a wonderful product, and irrespective of where you are, you do not need to tell people about it, and then they will come asking for it. It could also cause a lot of marketing mistakes when organizations concentrate on this rather than, making it a part of the total marketing strategy. Afterwards, we had the selling concept. The selling concept, besides looking at product quality and production efficiency like the earlier two, the selling concepts looked at ensuring that there is an aggressive personal selling and advertising campaign. This concept was proposed at a time when the world was going through economic recession after the Second World War, and people had less to spend. So it was a way out that manufacturers thought it was best for them to employ aggressive marketing campaign to ensure that people can buy. As we can see, you can say it's a business orientation that holds that consumers and businesses, if left alone, will ordinarily not buy enough of the organization's product. So the organization must therefore undertake an aggressive selling and promotion effort. So the concept believes that we need to more or less force people to buy. Ordinarily, left alone, they will not buy. We can see these concepts, being in place even today. When you walk through the open markets and maybe you see some of the traders there, some even dragging you by the hand just for you to buy from them. We'll understand that some consumers find that attitude or behavior irritating and offensive. And so it may not be the best in all cases. The concept is also applied or practiced by people or organizations that are into unsought goods. Unsought goods are goods that ordinarily people don't want to buy. For instance, insurance services, for instance, caskets and funeral homes. These are unsought goods. So you find some marketing executives of insurance companies always reaching out to you, always calling you on the phone, always reaching, coming around the office to sell maybe life insurance, children education, and all whatnot. Because they believe that ordinarily, if left alone, you will not, walk into their office and make inquiries and then patronize the services. The same thing can also be found in the Nigerian banking sector today, where people are employed strictly, and their key aim of the organization is for them to ensure that they get new accounts open, get these accounts funded. So you see them sometimes moving from street to street, from office to office, asking people to open up accounts with them. So that's aggressive selling effort. And this is also combined with heavy promotion to explain to you what the product is about, the benefits of buying this product as well. Now, when we look at these earlier three, the production, the product, and the selling concept, one key thing that is unique and similar with the three of them is that they all look from the seller's concept or seller's perspective. None of them actually thought of what consumers wanted. And that's the gap that the marketing concept came to fill. The marketing concept emerged around the 1960s, and the key aim of this concept was that there is need to identify customer needs, customer wants, customer preferences. It is believed that when this is identified and products are made to fit these needs and wants, that customers will be satisfied and organizational objectives will be achieved. So it's a win-win situation for both parties. So it is this same concept that gave the customer a very high position. Now we can confidently say that the customer is the king. Is the king because everything in the organization is tilting towards ensuring that the customer is satisfied. concept or the philosophy argues that once the customer is satisfied, every other thing will fall in place. Every other thing will fall in place. So the marketing concept challenged the earlier three business philosophies and holds that the key to achieving additional goals consists of the company being more effective than its competitors in creating, delivering, and communicating customer value to the target market. So once you can do this better than competitors, you are ahead and you have an added advantage. You have an edge over them all. And this concept rests on 4 pillars. First is target market. Second, the customer needs. Third is integrated marketing. And fourth is profitability. So it's an outside-in approach where we'll go out first to find out what the customers want. We'll come back to make products that will fit into this, and then we'll deliver these products that the customers will find valuable, and also in a way that we are doing it better than competitors, because we can hardly find a monopoly in the contemporary age. So there are always competition, and once you can do whatever you are doing better than competitors, you are a step ahead. Now, as things now is now taking a marketing direction where customers take the center stage of all business decisions. It arose a question about what happens to the society as a result of satisfying customers. Because in a bid to satisfy customers, organizations may utilize resources from the environment. And then these resources may begin to deplete in such a way that it leaves the future generation in a bad state, because once these resources are depleted and they are not, especially when they are not renewable on their self, becomes a challenge. So the idea of sustainability came up under what we call the societal marketing concept. Societal marketing concept, tries to add that in addition to achieving customer satisfaction and operational goals, the society well-being shouldn't be left. Societal well-being shouldn't be left. And so he holds that marketing strategy should deliver value to customers in a way that maintains and improves both the consumers and society well-being, and calls for sustainable marketing, socially and environmentally responsible marketing that meets the present need of the consumers and businesses without limiting the ability of future generations to meet theirs. It is this concept that introduced the idea of corporate social responsibility or FRANS, where organizations are expected to take responsibility for the wastes from the production process, and also to add value to the environment where they exist and where they perform their business operations. And then we also have another philosophy of business orientation called the customer relationship market. Customer relationship marketing, or customer relationship management, as the case may be. It is premised on the argument that beyond ensuring formal business relationship with customers, that organizations should also try to develop mutually beneficial relationships with their customers. That way, organizations will thrive in their business processes, because beyond the formal business relationship, this informal communication, this informal engagement will make customers feel at home, make them more or less feel committed, feel being part of the business, and also give them a room to air their views better. It is believed that if this relationship is well built, these customers can go to become unpaid salesmen for the organization because they feel there's a commitment on their part to make that business thrive. It's an offshoot of relationship marketing, and it makes use of diverse collection of software and services that are intended to assist the organization increase customer loyalty and target their most profitable customers. So we engage these customers often and on, even beyond business discussions and business transactions. That is why you can see today, maybe you're celebrating a birthday, or in some cases, your bank, your pension fund administrator will send you SMSs, sometimes send you a mail, and some business cards and all whatnot, just to make you feel appreciated, make you feel a part and parcel of them. And then finally, we have the holistic marketing concept. The holistic marketing concept believes that everything matters. When we look at the discussion so far, we see that a whole lot of the concepts, from production to product to selling, we find that in today's business world, you still find a bit of this. This is what the holistic concept preaches. That a bit of everything is important. So we do not adopt the product's ideology and leave out the fact that mass distribution is important. We also believe that we do not adopt a marketing philosophy without adding to it that we need some aggressive marketing at some point to push the market. So the concept is based on the development, the design and implementation of marketing programs, processes, and activities that recognizes their breadth and interdependencies. So none of these concepts should be used as a standalone in most cases, because no matter how ineffective we may find one, it also has its own good sides. And so this concept is characterized by 4 broad components: relationship marketing, which entails building mutually beneficial relationships with customers; internal marketing, which discusses that every unit, irrespective of what they are into, should have at the back of their mind customer satisfaction. Whether you're in accounts, whether you're in finance, in production, in procurement, everybody should look at customer satisfaction at the end, as the end of the whole process. Integrated marketing and performance marketing. So these are the marketing management philosophies or business orientations that we can find within the marketing space. Having said this, this is where this study unit ends. I will advise that you take out some time to look at the SAQs and attempt them as well. That way you could evaluate your understanding of the study unit. As always, like I said, ask questions via mail. I will attend to them via mail in the meantime. Thank you very much for your time.